דנה דלי לים כל השנה הלכות, בכל יום מובטח לו שהוא בין העולם הבא שנאמר הליכות עולם לא, אל תקרא הליכות, אלא הלכות.
Chazak u'baruch, Boker Tov, welcome to the next minyan. I want to tell you an interesting halacha brought down in Siman Chet in Orach Chaim in the Bet Yosef Shulchan Aruch. It says over there that if a person is wearing Tallit, doesn't matter whether it's Tallit Katan or Tallit Gadol, and it fell off, well, but he didn't put his mind to it, he didn't pay attention to it, just fell down. All of a sudden, he looks down and he says, oh my God, my Tallit fell down. So the question is, does he have to make another bracha when he puts it back on or not? This is the question, So the truth is, Kam says a Bet Yosef, that you have to make another bracha. That's how he paskins also on the Shulchan Aruch. And what's the reason why? What's the reason why you have to make a bracha in a case like that? Because when it came off of you, you were not paying attention to it, so it's a hefsek. It's an interruption. And you may think, well, I'm just putting it on right away. What's the big deal? No, it doesn't matter. You had interruption. Your mind wasn't in that. Your mind didn't pay attention to that. So therefore, it just fell off by itself. Therefore, you have to make another bracha. That's what it paskins. Interesting also regarding tefillin, the same thing, right? That we learn from the Gemara that if a person, his tefillin went out of the right place, the Rashel Rosh, Rashel Yad, doesn't make any difference. It drooped down, went down, fell down, whatever it is, right, to the wrong place. Same thing. If a person didn't notice this, and then he noticed, he looked in the mirror, he looked in the camera, and he saw, oh my God, my tefillin is down, in the wrong place. He has to make another bracha also there. Why? Because he wasn't paying attention to that. So it came down without his attention, and therefore it's called hefsek. This is the same idea with tefillin as well. Okay, so we should now talk about what's the right place for the tefillin. But before we get to that, I just want to tell you one more thing. With the talit, it asks a question also over there. What about if some of the talit fell off, not all of it, and some of it stayed on his body? So what happens over there, right? That's the question, So there's a machloket over there, but the truth is that they say in the end, the halacha comes out to be that if some of it stayed on your shoulder, whatever it is, right, and not all of it fell down, you don't have to make another bracha. This is the halacha. So that's okay. But regarding the tefillin, right, get back to that. What is the right place for the tefillin? So the truth is, right, that the Shulchan Aruch says, Maran, Hilchot Tefillin, the right place for the shel yad is on the lower half of the bicep, the muscle. Understand? So therefore, if it's on the higher part, even a little bit of it, even a small part is on the higher part, pasul, he didn't fulfill his obligation. So you have to be very, very careful about that, Make sure that your tefillin shel yad is in the right place. Lower half of the bicep. Lower part of the muscle. According to the Gra, by the way, he says that that the whole bicep is kosher, There is an opinion like that. The Gra says, the truth is, we don't paskin like that. When there's a machloket, by the way, you should know, when there's a machloket between the Shulchan Aruch and the Gra, said Rabbi Feinstein, what's the halacha? How do we go? Some people say, the Gra was like a Rishon, one of the Rishonim. It's things like this, they say all kinds of things like that. But the truth is, in halacha, we don't treat the Gra like a Rishon. So therefore, said Rabbi Feinstein, when there's a machloket between the Gra and the Shulchan Aruch, we paskin like the Shulchan Aruch. So he says, why is that? Shulchan Aruch is like a Mishnah, he says, and the Gra is like a Braita, So when there's a machloket between the Mishnah and the Braita, we go like the Mishnah. That's the way it is. That's how he says. So therefore here also, right, the halacha bemet is like the Shulchan Aruch and not like the Gra. So therefore a person should be careful to put it on the lower part of his bicep. What about the shel rosh? Right? Well, what's the proper place for the shel rosh? By the way, it says in the Gemara, Masechet Eruvin, it says over there that there's a place on a person's head, on the person's arm, there's a place for two tefillin. You can put two tefillin there. There is a place. Small. And some people do that, right? They put two small ones, exactly. Two small ones, even though the minhag is not like that today. Some people do it, but Maran Rabbi, he was against that. He didn't like that you put two of them together. We'll discuss that a different time. But anyway, right, the thing is that, as we said, that there's a place for two tefillin, but they have to be small. So what's the proper place for tefillin shel rosh? So it says in the Gemara, it's where the head of the tinok, the child, the baby, is soft, when he's born. Okay? So what does that mean, practically speaking? It should be above your hairline, not below the hairline. So what does that mean? If it's drooping down to your forehead, even a little bit, lo yatzai yedei chova, he didn't fulfill his obligation. So that's why, I'm telling everybody, please, make it a little bit shorter, the tefillin, because it's going down on your forehead, pasul, no good. You didn't fulfill your obligation like that. So the rabbi is here ready to make it shorter. He's a sofer, he knows how to do it. Very good. There's also Michaeldanielov. He told us last week he was going to do it, but we didn't see him since then. Maybe he'll come, B'ezrat Hashem, this week, and he'll do. God bless his soul. So he should come, right? To Rabbi Daniel. He'll come also, either Rabbi Chen or Rabbi Daniel. Somebody has to do it to make sure that it's above your hairline. I'm not talking about, by the way, a person who's bald, because his hairline's always going back. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the hairline that he had when he was a young guy, before he started going bald. You understand? Of course, right? Otherwise, you have to go back all the time, more and more and more, until you go back into at the end of your head. That doesn't make any sense, right? So that's what we're talking about. Right? So make sure that the tefillin is in the right place. You understand? Otherwise, you know what they say, right? It's like you had it in your pocket, never put it on your head. So you know what's going to be, right? When you go to Shemaim, they're going to ask you, hey, they're going to judge you. They're going to say, you never put tefillin in your life. You're going to say, what? I put tefillin every day. I was going to Netz Minyan, Georgian Shul. What are you talking about? They're going to tell you, listen, but you put it in the wrong place. You never put tefillin in your life. So be careful about that. Make sure you got it in the right place. Baruch Adonai le'olam. Amen ve'amen. Chazak